Hello, welcome. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. What is going on? So today, what are we doing? We're looking for a different screenshot. Okay, so this screenshot that we were just looking at, this is a blank fretboard, which is where we started basically, with just the open strings. Okay, so I just wanted to recap a little bit and say that we covered a lot of distance here, and just really setting the table for new information. So here's what, this is the organization that I think is the most efficient. Okay, so it's a circle of chromatic intervals, and there are 12. Okay, so we have a music system, a Western music system, I guess you can call it, that has 12 chromatic intervals. Okay, so each one of these intervals involves a key, and each key has its own set of organization. And in this case, where we started was with C. Okay, so everything, all of the arrangements that we have for the fretboard is all these natural notes. Okay, so we found it. We worked a way to locate these notes. We talked about half steps and whole steps. So we talked about these distances, right? And the distances, or the whole steps and half steps, right, gave us a way to find the notes on the neck. So that's how we found these notes on the neck. And the notes on the neck, we noticed that there were empty spaces, and we discovered a way to find those empty spaces by learning about the sharps and flats. Okay, and the sharps are a half step forward, that's one fret forward, and flats are a half step backward, that's one fret backward. Okay, and we talked about all of this, which shows you, basically how the half steps and whole steps can work. And with that, we were able to find the keys. Okay, and with the 7 notes that we started with, we realized there were 5 other notes, with flat keys, but with these 7 notes, we discovered that G has 1 sharp, right? D has 2 sharps, A has 3 sharps, E has 4 sharps, and B has 5 sharps. So those are your keys of those 7 notes. Okay, there's still 5 others, but what we're only going to concern ourselves with for now is this key of C, and we're going to go back to this formula and shift our focus to this formula and try to understand what that formula can do. It's pretty amazing. What happens is all you have to do is invert the formula using any one of these keys, and what you do is you create a series of harmonized chords. Okay, and in order to create a chord, we're going to build a triad. Okay, and what is a triad? Triad is 1, 3, 5. Okay, so what that means is we take the 1, which is C, the 3, which is E, and the 5, which is G, and we get C, E, G. So we're going to use those notes, and what we're going to do is we're going to go down to the end of the fretboard here. See if I can get a close-up. And what you see here is on the 5th string, on the A string, right, the 5th string towards the top, is you're going to go to the 3rd fret fifth string right here, right? And you're going to press that down, and it's a C, and they're in order. So you got C, E, and then the third string is open G, right? So you got, that's a C, E, and open G. That's the third. Okay? Now, going back to this, you see the next triad is DFA, or D, F sharp, A. Okay? This is getting into the other keys. And when you get into the other keys, you're still creating major chords with this 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, 5. Okay? See, and you have sharps. But what we want to do is we want to build a harmonized chord. We want to create a harmonized scale of the entire C major organization. And then that will give you, you'll still get your variety of major and minor and diminished chords. Okay, and what does that mean? Okay, so this 1, 3, 5 equals major. Okay, it's a major triad. Okay, then we go 1, 3, flat 5, and that is a minor triad. And we're just going to get one more, which is 1, 3, flat, flat 5, and that gives you a diminished triad. Okay? Can you see that? And that's ultimately what we're after. Now, if I was to go through this series of chords, I would flatten the third. I would be flattening the thirds here, 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 and I would flatten the third and the fifth here. Okay, but that's confusing. I mean, you can do that and show it that way, but I think it would be better to do it this way. So I'm going to go to this arrangement here, and what you can see is at the top, here's our familiar formula. You have whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, right? Now what I'm going to do is invert this by going to the next note, and then D becomes the root note, okay, the tonic or root note, the beginning note, and everything follows after that. No sharps, no flats, okay? All you're doing is you're changing the formula by inverting it, okay? So you invert it, and now you have a whole step, a half step, a whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step. So you can see when you invert each one, you create a new formula, and what it does is it changes the quality and the color of the notes together, or chords. Okay, when you build a chord, the color of it is going to change from major to minor to diminished. And the way that looks is, again, this is also considered a mode, right? So modes, and this is an Ionian mode. So it's called Ionian, right? That's an Ionian mode, and this one is a Dorian mode. Okay, so this formula creates a different mode, and it's called Dorian. And now what happens here, because the formula changed, it actually flattened the F and it flattened the C. Okay, and because it follows the formula, you don't have to change anything. But what you can see is you have D, F, A. Okay, so let's start with Ionian and go 1, 3, 5 from the C major scale, okay, or it's also called an Ionian mode, right? And we're going to get C, E, here we go, and G. And this is major, okay? This is considered major. It's a major chord. It's a certain sound that is classified as major. Okay, this D, when we're in D and we go 1, 3, 5, or D, F, A, we have D, F, A, right? Now, if you go back, you can see D, in the key of D, F is sharp, right? A is natural, no alterations, but F is sharp. So, in essence, what happened was when you inverted this, you changed the formula, and it turned F into a half step, okay? E to F is no longer needs to be sharp. It just needs to be a half step. And now you have D, F, A, and what that is minor. That's the sound. So if you look at the fretboard, what you see is this. Right now you have C, right? C, E, G. C, E, G, that's major. And it's in order. So it's the 3rd fret, 5th string, 2nd fret, 4th string, and the open string, 3rd string. Okay, that's C major. Now when you go to D, what you do is you slide up to the 5th fret, you go D, F, A. Okay, that's what D, F, A, that's this next, and that's a minor sound. Okay, D, F, A is a minor sound, and it sounds like this. So you got C, E, G, D, F, A, and then it's going to go E, G, B. So you can hear, and that's another minor, by the way. Just want to check something. Okay, so going back to this, so we got up to E minor. And that's what happened. It created, when you inverted this E, right? When you inverted this formula that we started with, you created all of these associations with, it's all associated with C. Okay, we're in the key of C major. Okay, so now you have, here's the 3, 1, 3, 5 is E, G, and B. And again, we already did that, but here's E, G, B. Okay, so, and that is minor. All right, so then you get to F. And there's F. We want F, A, and C. That's 1, 3, 5. So we have F, A, and C. And what that gives you is it gives you a major chord, right? Major. That's an F major. As far as F goes, you know, F really is, there should be a B flat there, but basically there's no sharper flat anyway with that. So now you have an F, C, so here's F, A, C, and that's a major sound. So you have major, minor, minor, major, major. Right, so there's a major, and this is the harmonization of the key of C, major, right? And then the next thing that you have is G, G, B, D, right? So there's G, B, and D, and again, no sharps or flats, but the function up here is exactly harmonized with the key of C. So in here you have another major. So you can start to see a new formula. And what you're getting is major, minor, minor, major, major. Okay, so you can set up, this applies to all the other keys. So it's not like, if you get it in this one, you can pretty much get it in the others. Okay, it will work, right? And then we go to A. So A is ACE. ACE is an A minor triad, right? So it's minor. And that sounds like this. So you have C, D, E, F major, G major, right? G, B, D, G, B, D, and then ACE, ACE, minor chord. You can see they work pretty nicely together. Right? And then there's just one more. You have a B diminished, and it's 1 3 5 B D F. Okay, and what diminished chords usually are is they are usually 1 3 flat 5 flat. Okay, which we said back here, and you can see by looking at the key of B, right? You have here's B D F, right? So what you can see is you have D sharp here, and you have F sharp here, and over here, B D F, it's already flattened. Okay, just because you inverted it, it caused the formula to change, and because the formula changed, it created that distance of 2 flats, of a flattened third and a flattened fifth. But what you get from it is you still get a function out of it. You get the function of a diminished chord. So here's your B, D, F. You hear, right? It's unstable. Diminished, or here's B, D, F in order, and then it ends on C, E, G again, C, E, G. So this is a nice arrangement to learn it because everything's in order. So you're down here on the 12th fret. 12th fret's here with the 2 dots, right? And what you have is C, E, G, then B, D, F. And these are all the natural notes. These are the notes you're probably practicing to learn to memorize the notes on the fretboard. And so it does it right in order from this. You know, everything is in order. So here's B, D, F, A, C, E, right? G, B, D, F, A, C. You have E, G, B, D, F, A, and C, E, G. Major, minor, sorry, it's major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, and major. And that's the harmonized scale and triad. So those were the 2 things I wanted to cover. In addition to that, what you have also are 7 modes. So you have Ionian, Dorian. These formulas are the modes, okay? And what you get is, I'm going to go more into the modes as far as what they look like pattern-wise, I think is a good way to do it. So you have Phrygian is the 3rd one, right? Phrygian, right? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 is Lydian mode, right? 5 is Mixolydian. Google it. And then 6, you have Aeolian, A-E-O-Leon, right? That's minor. That's a minor scale. This is a major scale. It follows these triads. This is this is major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, and this is diminished. That's 7 chord. Then it goes back to major, to the beginning. But also you can look at it as these scales in the key of C. These scales give you the same arrangement. So this is major, this is minor, right? This is major. Mixolydian is major. Aeolian is minor, and Locrian, something like that, is the 7th mode, and that is diminished. Okay, so that's it. So you have the key of C harmonized, completely harmonized by inverting the formula, okay, in order, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. And what you get out of it is you get all the modes, you get all the triads and the associations, okay, the order of the associations. And this works in every key. And remember, the key we're in right now is just C. So all we did was we focused on C and that is C, right? And then that's where we are right here, and then you have the rest of the 12, and that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much.